All right. Hello, everybody, and good evening. It is Coach Sarah, and we are here in the coaching group for Functional Effect to talk about some pretty exciting stuff tonight. So I want to welcome you all. Thank you for joining me, whether you're watching this real time tonight or you're catching this on the replay. Just know that I'm excited to have you here. Over the last 5 weeks in the coaching group, we have been breaking down the 5 foundational habits that anybody who has a fitness goal needs to make sure that they're nailing down first before they start getting into the more specific things to their particular goal. So what are those 5 things that we've been discussing? If you haven't been present with us, I'm going to take some time first to review those things. So when we talk about those 5 things, the first one is going to be water. Hydration is going to be a crucial aspect of our general health and wellness that we need to be tuning into and paying attention to. And the question that I get from everybody when it comes to this is, how much is enough? Well, here's the answer to that question. Take your body weight, divide it in half. That is the number of ounces per day that you will ideally be drinking. Now, there's a lot of stuff out there in the media. You see it's like 8 ounce glasses of water a day or 8 glasses of water a day. So if we talk about what is that 64 ounce number, let's call that the bare minimum that you'll want to drink a day, the bare minimum. So if you are a petite person and you do weigh 120 pounds, that 64 ounces might be the ideal number for you. But then we have our larger individuals and taller individuals who can sometimes be in the 200 or 300 pound range. Now they are going to need more water because the bigger of a person you are, the more water your body needs. So you do need to adjust that according to your size. So 64 ounces is a generalized statement, but 64 ounces is not a one size fits all recommendation. It's really important to remember that. Everything from our digestive system to our cognitive function can be affected if we aren't well hydrated. So never downplay or disregard how important hydration can be in your journey. A fun fact that I like to give with hydration, and for those of you who know me, you've probably heard this one before, but even being underhydrated, I'm not even talking dehydrated, underhydrated, which I think most of us can probably agree based off of the recommendation that I just gave you, that you might be a little underhydrated at times. So how many of you, I'm going to ask you this question before I give you this fun fact. How many of you also struggle with a little bit of fatigue? Maybe mid-afternoon, maybe all day. But if you also struggle with fatigue and you identified that you might be a little bit underhydrated, open your ears up and listen to this statistic. Underhydration can result in a 25% reduction in energy production. Isn't that wild? Your body will produce a quarter less energy if you are not drinking enough water. So if you are fatigued and you are finding yourself relying heavily on caffeine or caffeine-based products to perk you up throughout the day, there's a very good chance that if you were to get yourself drinking enough water on a regular basis, that you may be cutting that fatigue just by getting hydrated. There's a lot of power with water. The second behavior that we're going to be focused in on when we talk about this foundational 5 is your sleep. And for all the moms in the room, y'all know what it's like to struggle with sleep. I have a 14-week-old. I definitely know what it's like to struggle with sleep. And just like when we are short on water, when we are short on sleep, there are a lot of physiological processes that suffer, including fat loss. So, how much sleep do we need to get? Ideally, we're getting somewhere in the ballpark of 7 to 9 uninterrupted hours of sleep. And yes, I said uninterrupted, because it is possible to have uninterrupted sleep, even if you're someone who has been waking up to pee in the middle of the night for years. Know that it is not your bladder that's waking you up. It's your nervous system that's waking you up. So we are going to teach you in our group strategies to stop that process from happening to your body so that you can get connected sleep, because we ideally want your sleep to be connected rather than interrupted throughout the evening. And I know I have been in positions in my health journey where I have had to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, but it's also important to note that there are reasons why you do. And we're going to discuss those. So it's not to say that we're going to be able to, quote unquote, fix every issue by doing some of the things that we're going to be talking about, but we want to bring awareness to what should be considered normal for the way your body should react, and what is actually ends up being a product of our environment. Because oftentimes the things that we're shrugging off is, well, I've just always been this way. I've just always peed my pants. You know, like I've just always woken up 2 or 3 times a night. I've just always had a stomach ache. You know how many times I've heard these things, like all of those things from clients? More times than I can count. And if you are one of those people who is like, well, I've just always had fill in the blank with something uncomfortable with your body, please hear me when I tell you that your body's not meant to be uncomfortable, that your body's not meant to be in pain, that your body is not meant to be dysfunctional in any way. And if it is, there is a way to help you. So it's just about exploring your options and knowing that there is an option. So that is going to be your second habit, is going to be improving the quality and the quantity of your sleep. The third habit, and maybe the one that I struggle with the most, besides sleep, having a newborn, is vegetables. Raise your hand if you're with me. If you struggle with vegetables, you are not alone. We are going to be spending time during this accountability challenge really honing in and focusing on whether or not you're getting enough of the green stuff. And I should say the purple stuff and the red stuff and the yellow stuff and the orange stuff. We want to work on getting all the colors. And we also want to work on getting enough of them. So, how much is enough? During these 30 days of this accountability challenge that we're going to be giving you guys, and really every day for the rest of your life, I want you to set a goal for yourself to get 6 fist-sized portions of veggies a day. Right? It doesn't seem, it seems like a lot, but when you really think about it, in the course of a day, if you can have a big salad, if you can have a couple portions of veggies sprinkled in with your meals, or a loaded smoothie, easily knocks out those 6 servings. We're going to be giving you strategies, recipes, tips, tricks, all the things to work on getting those veggies up. Now, the cool thing about veggies is that this is where we have wiggle room too, to add volume to our diet. And when I use the word diet, I just mean the way you do it in your life every day. Because here's a fun fact. The word diet is rooted from the word dietetica, which is Greek for the word that means lifestyle. So when we are talking diet, we're simply talking the way you do your life. Now, if you are somebody who struggles getting veggies in your life, we're going to be giving you some strategies. If you have littles that cause a rift in your ability to get veggies into meals or cause complications, I'm also going to teach you some strategies on how to do that for them. So we are definitely going to touch on that topic, and we're going to be holding ourselves accountable over the next 30 days to getting those in, because the only way we're going to get better at it is if we do it. Now, let's move forward to our behavior number 4. Probably my favorite of all the 5. And I know many who are watching this may feel the same way. Movement is that 4th habit and behavior that we are going to hold ourselves accountable to for this 30-day challenge. Now, what does that mean? Well, here's how we're going to define it. For the 30 days of April, your goal is to get 30 minutes of intentional movement. What could that be? A walk, a workout, a dance party in your kitchen. It needs to be intentional. I didn't say it needed to be organized. So don't feel like if you do not have a structured workout plan that you can't do this accountability challenge. Not true at all. I wanted this 30-day accountability challenge to be accessible and able for anyone, no matter where you're at or what you have access to be able to do. So dance in your kitchen, walk outside, do a workout, whatever it takes to get 30 minutes of intentional movement a day. That's the goal for the 30 days of this challenge. And we're going to be supplying you with some workouts if you want to maybe take the leap, and or offering you some opportunities to team up with our team to get your own customized workout designed. So if you are someone who is brand new to working out, you don't need to be scared to get started. Allow us to help you. That's what we're here for. And the last and final, and probably my second favorite out of the 5 foundational habits, is self-care. And we could also call this stress management. I think that's also a fair word, right? For those of you who have been with me before, you know that I am a huge proponent of making sure that you're taking time for self-care, because we cannot pour from an empty cup. Again, as most of us are parents, caregivers, nurturers on some level, Katie's also a teacher. We have a massive responsibility to give to others, right? Give, 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 give. Well, what happens when your cup's empty? You're not giving on a level that's really being of service to the other people around you. And you know it, I know it. I am just as guilty of it as the next person, of letting your cup run empty. Well, during this 30 days, we are going to be focused in on you taking time for you. It can look like a lot of different things. It doesn't need to be something specific. It could be something as structured and formal as going to get a mani-pedi or a massage. It could be something as unstructured and informal as journaling, calling a friend, having a girls' night, or having a good laugh. It does not matter what that thing is. The only rule around self-care is that it has to be something that fills up your cup and does not drain it. So one common misconception when we talk about self-care is like, well, I worked out. Yes, you did. And you can qualify that under your movement category. But when we talk about self-care and we talk about the things that fill up our cup, we need to remember that when we are doing something challenging, physically demanding with our bodies, does that fill up our cup or does that drain it? It drains it. So we need to be doing things to recover. When we work out with intensity, we need to recover with just as much intensity. And if you take anything away from this conversation tonight, I hope that it's that, because many of us work out hard, but then when it comes to our recovery and our ability to bring our body back into balance, that may actually be where we are missing the mark. Because what is included in that recovery or self-care umbrella? The things that build us back up. So getting extra rest would be self-care. Taking a cat nap would be self-care. But doing an additional workout, that would not qualify as self-care. Doing a meditation would be self-care. Doing a hot yoga session would not be self-care. So I hope that you guys can see the difference between the two when I explain the difference between self-care, and not that workouts are not self-love, they are. But for our self-care, we need to be focused on those activities that replenish or recharge our battery. So with all of those things being explained, on April 1st, we are going to be kicking off a 30-day accountability challenge where your job is going to be tuning into those 5 factors and knocking them out of the park for 30 days, as well as you are able to, with as much consistency and as much diligence as you are willing to commit yourself to. And then we're going to see what we have on the other side, which I know that if you commit yourself to those 5 things for 30 days and you do a good job, that there's no way that you aren't going to see something awesome happen, that you aren't going to see forward progress towards your goals, that you aren't going to be making progress in a way that makes you smile and makes you proud. I just know those things. So the cool thing about this 30-day challenge is that I decided to just open it up. There are a dump truck load full of people who need inspiration right now, that need motivation right now, that need community right now. And I guarantee that if you're watching this, that you know someone who does. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. So what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is I'm going to be dropping this link into the group, both the community group as well as our private coaching group. And I encourage you to share this. I encourage you to share it with your family. I encourage you to share it with your friends. I encourage you to share it with your neighbors, because there are a lot of people right now who are struggling big time. And if we can get a community of people together to encourage each other, to support each other, and to cheer each other on over these 30 days, I would love to see what kind of magic we can create. My DMs have been flooded with people who are struggling, not just physically, but mentally. And I would love to be a home for everyone who is really wanting to get a jump start again And let's start with the basics, right? Let's start with that really matters, because this stuff really matters. I don't care what your goal is. I don't care if you want to build muscle, lose fat, or just get healthy. This is the stuff that matters, and this is where we need to start. So I encourage you to share this with them. And I invite them and you in for these 30 days. So if you decide that you are in and you want to do this, all you need to do is drop me a message, Sarah at, so SARAH at functionaleffect.com, or DM me on Facebook, DM me on Instagram, get a hold of me. One of those 3 ways. And I'm going to make sure that you are a part of the group. It's that simple. We're going to be giving you all of the tools to be successful. We are going to be giving you the accountability sheets so that you can fill those out. And we are going to be giving out prizes to the people that perform, because we want you to be successful, but we also want there to be some prizes to those of you who do really well. So look forward to that. Part of that prize package is going to be a coaching package with me, a one-on-one mano a mano coaching experience. So that is something to get excited about too. So that is a potential for someone who is going to participate in this. And there's going to be other really cool stuff too. So just know that this 30 days is going to be life-changing if you want it to be. And I would love to have an amazing community to do it alongside all of us. So the more you share this and you get the word out, the more people we can get involved and the more energy we can build in the room, because, you know, people are going to feed off of each other's energy, and we're going to create something great. And I have no doubt that all of you are going to help that happen. So thank you for being here tonight. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you want to discuss with me, please know that my email and my DMs are always open for you. And I encourage you to get a hold of me on about anything that is concerning you with your health or wellness journey, because I know what it's like to be on the struggle bus. In fact, I used to captain the struggle bus. I don't know if you knew that. I was an official driver for the struggle bus for many years. And I toot toot, and I decided to give it up. So if you want to know how to get off the struggle bus, come and join us for the 30-day challenge. You will not be disappointed. And I look forward to seeing you there. To all of you who are here with me live in the group tonight, thank you so much. It's been an awesome first week back from maternity leave, and I look forward to coaching all of you to your best health in 2021. And I will see you all in the coaching group. Have a great night. And with that, get yourselves to bed so you can get that 7 to 9. Talk to you soon. Bye.